Hello, everyone. It is Alviana, the owner of Black Nurse Entrepreneurs, the premier networking organization for Black nurses who are interested in launching, building, and growing their entrepreneurial endeavors. And I would like to say, first off, happy 4th of July to everyone. And, I made a post in B&E earlier, not only wishing us a happy holiday 4th of July, but also reminding us that true independence comes when we have complete ownership. So befitting for a community like this, right? So I have a special friend with me today. Her name is Jocelin McElderry. You may know her as the Amazing Connection Specialist, and she will be one of our amazing B&E Takeover speakers. And so I wanted her to come into our group today and just give you a little sneak peek of who she is, what she does, and represents. So let me go grab my friend, and we will get the conversation started. Boom. Jocelyn, unmute yourself real quick. There you go. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I told the people that you're the connection specialist, but I feel like everyone can always introduce themselves better than I can. So I'm going to let you go ahead and tell them exactly who you are and what is it that you do.
Well, it is, first of all, it's happy 4th of July, y'all. Hope you're enjoying your cookouts and all that good stuff. But anyway, I am Jocelin McElderry. I am the connection specialist. I help midlife women to reconnect with themselves to go on and be the great that they always were meant to be. A lot of times what happens to us is that when we get over a certain age, we think we're done. And we're not. As long as you have breath in your body, you're still okay. That means that you have the ability to continue for a long time. We're looking at longevity in people's lives nowadays. We have started living so much longer. I think it's amazing. But my specialty when it comes to what we do is customer service. And I love customer service, but I also know that everybody is not good at it. Mm-hmm. So one of the things that I've learned over time is that work to make the customer happy. For me, I'm also involved in ministry. So I learned early on, how can we diffuse the situation? Mm-hmm. We may not always make you happy, but we will make the situation better for you. And even in all of our businesses, there's going to come a time that we have to deal with an irate customer. We have to deal with someone that forgot to sign in for their Zoom until late, or they forgot altogether.
True.
So we have to work around those things a lot of times, and you just have to find the best thing that'll work for them and for you.
Absolutely. Not only I think we can add another layer to that, not only just customer service, but the complete total customer experience. Oftentimes we don't, we will put a business out there and we'll market it and we're like, hey, we just want you to buy it, this point blank period, just buy my product, right? But a lot of it is the customer journey, the experience. As soon as the customer comes in contact with your brand or business, exactly how do they feel navigating through that journey? I want you to speak a little bit to that, if you don't mind.
First off, think about what you feel when you get ready to purchase a thing. So first off, you're already excited about whatever it is. You may have already done some research, or you've heard some people talking about it, or your girlfriends. Let's use that example. That's how we got the TSP.
Right.
Your good girlfriends just kept talking about it. And you finally said, listen, I got to figure out how to get to this place.
Right.
So when you started the customer process and the journey, you wanted to have one click and go. Mm-hmm. So that's one thing that we all need to remember. Help the customer get to what it is that they desire in less than 10 clicks. How about less than 3 clicks?
Right.
Because I got my credit card in my hand and I'm ready.
I'm ready.
So we need to always make sure that when we offer a service or a product, get it into the customer's hands with as little clicks as necessary. Because sometimes we just make things too much. And then the other thing is, if you're doing email marketing, mm-hmm. don't make them read for an hour before you get down to the product.
Okay, we'll keep that in mind. It needs to be on the top.
After that first paragraph, hit them up. Then if they get to read a little bit more, hit them up again. If you notice that some of the best brands, they offer you 2 or 3 opportunities in one email to click.
Mm.
So if you're special like me, I ain't got time for that. Read all the way to the bottom. Stick that thing in the middle for me so that I read that first paragraph and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy this.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I'm ready. So I think that sometimes we get so caught up in copywriting and trying to make the email beautiful.
Right.
Help that customer make that decision quickly and effectively.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll find that you get more people.
Yeah, I was going to add to that I think it's about, you said effectively and efficiency,
Mhm.
being able to speak and get it across really quickly without them going through a lot of stuff. Right?
Yeah, think about it.
Hmm.
The other thing is, and Mr. TSP taught us that if you know that you got a product that will go better with another product, pair them products together so they get the opportunity to get both.
Mm, it's a good idea.
When you look at Amazon, at the bottom, when you're looking for a book, at the bottom, it'll give you 2 more books that go along with that book.
That's true.
And
That's
most
true.
of us will buy that.
That's true.
So do the same thing with your products and services.
Very true. Very
Pair
true.
some things together and make it a minimal amount of clicks now. Don't make them read too long. Because one of the things that has happened to us as humans, our attention spans are short.
Right.
So we have to address that when we're offering products and services. If I got to do 10 clicks, I'll get distracted and that last one will never happen. And we don't want to lose the sale when we could have gave it to them of that 3. So that's the other thing about customer service that I've learned over time. And I actually apply it because I'm like, wait, my attention span short.
Add in the technology piece to that because, especially with your target audience, you said,
Mhm.
hey, I help midlife or older women to try to connect and grow, what have you. So there's always a technology piece. And, there's this misconception to an extent that young folks know so much about technology and we're able to deal with it. And then the older people don't know. But there is this thing that, the older we are, the more we weren't exposed to certain parts of technology. So that is a thing. So with your target audience, what is it that you teach them? How do you teach them to navigate the whole technology thing? But here's the thing. Just because a person is older doesn't mean that they can't necessarily use technology.
Mhm.
Remember what we said, technology is our friend, right?
I was just
Doesn't
like,
necessarily mean that they can't use it and can't learn it from a business standpoint and a consumer standpoint. Both. They go hand in hand. Speak a little bit about that.
one of the things that I've learned is that once you teach them a task, they usually got it.
Mhm.
And usually I go simple. We love shoes. So let's walk through the process of getting you some shoes online. And I promise you, if you can get that pair of shoes, you can also get any other product or service that you need because the brand makes it simple for you. And so it's just a matter of learning how to get to where it is that you want to get to. So we're gonna get you a simple browser, a simple, a simple item that you can connect with that browser, and then we're gonna help you go through the process. Once you DSW, every woman loves shoes. So you just go to DSW, click on that shoe, and you're like, man, that is nice. What do I do next? Add to cart. When you get that, now you get to review your card, get your card. We get ready to pay now because we're gonna check out.
Mhm.
And that's how it's simple. And a lot of times we also are visual learners. Most of us
True.
are visual
True.
learners. So I also have to offer them paper that helps them with those steps and keep it simple. Just step 1, step 2, step 3. That's it. Don't get it all flowery and all that extra. No. Step 1, step 2, and step 3.
No flowers.
No flowers. You don't need. And it
So,
just touches.
in a sense, it almost sounds to me too a little bit of customer service also has to be how is it that we learn and consume information? Because you're saying to me, let's make it visual, let's make it simple, let's give directions. You go from step one to step two, step three. How is it that we learn and process information? So that's a part of our customer service and customer journey that we may not be paying enough attention to.
Right.
Would you agree with that?
Yes, one of my favorite coaches, she still offers any manuals, any booklets, whatever that she has, where you can print it out.
Hmm.
And most of us prefer to have the printed copy
Yes,
because I can take that anywhere I go. I can take that on the airplane with me, and I won't have to, you might have to turn your device off on the airplane.
true.
But if I printed this thing out and I have it available in hand, that'll help me read over and have the information together by the time I get to where I'm going, if that's what I'm going to use. So I think that I love paper. I have a Kindle app
Mm.
on my iPad, but I also have stuff that I really, really want to go over.
Yep,
I'll print that thing out.
yep.
And I like that a lot of brands now are offering you the electronic option, but you can also print it.
Okay.
'Cause it's
So
something
options,
about options. That's right. Give
options.
me options.
Give me options. Not too many, just
Not too,
enough.
just enough. 1, 2, electronic, paper.
Okay, got it. Very well. So one of the things that I want to tell the audience is that one of the reasons why I thought Jocelyn would be an amazing asset to our conference is her years of experience, not only nursing, obviously, but also business. And we like to combine the two here in our community, as well as her maturity and leadership. So I hope those of you that will be there have enjoyed the tidbits that she's dropped today, but also get a sense of, man, we really need to pay attention to what Jocelyn's saying because she has a lot. She has a lot to tell y'all, okay? Trust me, I just spent how many days? 3, 4 days with her. She got a lot in there. We gotta just keep picking her brain because she knows a lot, okay? But it is owed in respect to your journey, the experience that you've been through. Like I said, not only nursing but also in business. And there was times that even we were talking last week, week before we were together last week, right? Last week where we were, yeah, I know the days are big stuff where we were talking, she was like, "Oh yeah, this is a nugget that I learned back when I was in such and such brand, or when I was selling so and so, or when I was involved in so and so's masterclass and stuff like that." So she's also bringing that knowledge and expertise. So the customer journey is super important. We must pay attention. We can't just put out there a product or a service and not pay attention to how the customer is consuming it. Number one, and what they think about it. Are we surveying them and asking them, how can we make this journey better? And so I brought to you the connection specialist, the person who is focusing on the midlife person. And you know what? Before we get off, I want you to talk to that because I have had a couple of people to come into BNE and they say to me this right here. They are in the late 50, early 60 range, right? They say to me, "I'm too old to do this. I'm too old to start a business. I don't know if I could do this. I don't know if I could do that." And I always tell them, I remind them, I'm like, first and foremost, my parents are at that age, early 60s. And I tell them, I don't think they're too old to do anything. So I sure don't think you're too old. When you still have breath in your body in reasonable amount of functionality, you can do anything. And for me, I feel like it's a legacy journey. It's a legacy that we not only are building for ourselves, to tell ourselves that we can do something, but it's a legacy with these generations below us. It is important for them to see that even at a certain age, we still are able to do certain things. So I want you, especially since that is your target audience, I want you to be able to speak to those people in B&E that are maybe like, "I'm 45, I'm 50, I'm 65, I can't do this." I want you to speak to that person right now.
Listen, you're never too old because you're still alive. As long as you continue to have brain function and you're alive, you can do these things. If I ever get to a place that I feel like I truly can't do something, I just hire to that.
Mm-hmm.
I look for someone that's good at it and hire them to help me with that. Too often we think that just because we don't do it, that it can't get done. But I'm not graphically inclined. But man, I found a person on Fiverr that can hook me up.
There you go.
So don't get caught up in what you can't do, physically can't do, because there's someone available to help you, to guide you, or to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that I found is when I figure out how to do something, I get so excited. And that means I'm going to try something else.
There you go.
And that's all it is. The other thing is never get so convinced that you can't start over.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you're alive and well, you can start over. A friend of mine gave me a book about it's not never too late to begin again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so today it didn't quite work out. Go to bed, you wake up, new day, try it again.
Try it again.
Try it again.
Try it again. Yep.
Because we tried everything else again. You might not have passed the class in nursing school, but you didn't just quit school.
That part.
You just stuck it on to wherever that semester is that you can go back and get it. You didn't quit nursing school just because you failed a class. So you can't quit on your business either or
Right.
your life.
Hey,
You
you
got
know what?
the way you think about a thing. Mindset.
It's a huge part of it. It's
Yeah.
a huge part of it. And you know, you can go back to the nursing school comment that you just made. Hey, a lot of us didn't pass all of nursing school on the first try, but we kept going.
Ma'am.
And here's the thing about it. At that point that you failed the test or whatever, I bet you anything you didn't think nothing about birthday. Like, well, I failed this test and I'm too old for this and I'm out. You didn't think about that, you know? So we shouldn't allow age to be the
No,
deterrent.
it should never be the deterrent. We should not allow anything that's outside of us to
Mm,
determine that we're done.
yeah.
Nothing. I failed anatomy and physiology. That lady was the worst lady ever. And it kicked me out of the program. But guess what I did? I went to another program that was a little more Afrocentric.
Afrocentric.
Afrocentric. Got my LPN and came back to the same program and got my RN.
Very good.
You have to make a determination that you're just not going to throw in the towel because something didn't work. And you got to have some people in your circle that will not let you quit, aka Dr. V, aka Albiona Brewster, aka Phyllis Riles. Okay. The list grows, which is the point of being a part of Black nurse entrepreneurs. Because what happens is you connect with people that will not, is not, and ain't gonna let you throw in the towel.
That's right. That's right. Mentioning of your friend, she's in our comments. I want to highlight a couple of things that she said. She said you can completely change your life in 10 years. And then she said you can change your life in 1 year.
She
In
realized
1 year.
10. Okay. We might not have 10. She
We
know
may not have 10, so she backed it down to 1 year.
I'm working with midlife people. She realized, wait, let me back that up.
Hey, but the amount of change that you can make in 1 year is phenomenal.
Alviana, my very first mastermind that you might let's call it. When I went into the program, the first class, I said, y'all, I ain't got no business. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know why I'm here. But the coach said, don't worry. By the time we finish, you'll know all of that.
There you go.
So you don't have all the answers at the beginning. But as you keep going on, Stormy O'Marshall wrote a book, Just Enough Light for the Step that I'm on.
Mm.
Stepping up. The next step, you're going to have just enough light.
Just enough.
Just enough light.
Just enough. All right, cool. So, hey, I thank you. I thank you for your time, and I look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. Listen, if you guys have never, y'all never hung out with this one right here. You're in for a treat because, Jocelyn, I love your spirit, your personality, your energy, um, your leadership, your example, all of that good stuff. And you make it fun, right? Sometimes we're around people that are quote unquote leaders and it's like, but you make this thing fun. We're gonna we're gonna dance, we're gonna sing, we're gonna cut up, we're gonna eat, we're gonna do fun things. And that's the most important thing of not only really and truthfully for me, because I'm over obviously a network, but when you're talking about customer service and the customer experience, this is a part of the B&E experience, right? The B&E experience is not always about business. Sometimes it's about us just connecting and having an amazing time. Just the freedom to safely be amazing Black men and women, having a good time, building generational wealth, and doing what we do best. That's the most exciting part about what I do. And the cool thing is I got you guys that are involved in it, and we get to experience your businesses in different ways, but we also have fun doing it. We truly have fun doing this, right? So
because it can be tedious, but we won't allow ourselves to get caught up in that piece of it. We're just going to keep it moving. Keep the
one
train.
last thing. Your friend right there, she said, no squares in your circle. We don't have no squares in here. All of us are part of Amazing Circle. So listen, that's our time. Thank you so much again, Connection Specialist. I appreciate you. Couple of things I want to remind our audience that our in-person tickets, the in-person event is the most amazing part. We've done a lot to make sure that we're taking good care of you guys. The in-person tickets will, the deadline is at the end of the week, but I am encouraging you guys because the hotel is very, hotels are stickler. So their deadline is on the 6th. So if you have not booked your hotel, make sure you do that. The tickets, however, for in-person are on the 8th. We included a virtual option. So for those of you who may not be able to make it to Dallas, I totally understand. We want to still let you in on a little bit of our event. So we do have a virtual option that is now available. And I decided today that I would run a 4th of July special. So all you do is click on the link. So what I'm going to do is drop the website. I think I did it in the description, but I'll drop it in the comments as well. And just use the code July4 for today, and you'll get some money off of your virtual ticket. Okay? Everybody all in favor? Everybody good?
Yeah.
Yay! All right, Connection Specialist, the Jocelin McElderry. I will see you in a couple of weeks, and thank you for being a part of our amazing event. Bye.
Bye.